Oh, hello, guys. Welcome back. This is not COVID. I am just, and I'm just froggy for my allergies. I'm getting it again. I tried to record this video umpteen times, and I kept either wandering off or not able to do it. And it's just with my allergies, don't want to do it. And I'd been looking at the news, and he's back there, do the song, do the song. Smash Mouth had a super packed concert for all these bikers, and they're up there, blank blank COVID. And I looked at Loki, and I couldn't resist, and I go, somebody once told me COVID's gonna roll me, and we both start laughing hysterically. I mean, man, we all know that when we go out, a lot of places wearing a mask is the law. Social distance. I saw like one photo, but it didn't look like everybody was wearing a mask and socially distanced at this concert. And I look, he's like, yeah, bikers tend to be, and I know a lot, and they're cool cats, but they tend to be people that don't like to be told what to do. Some are pretty serious about law abiding, and that's part of their character as a biker, part of their integrity. But there are a lot of others that are like, you know, tell me what to do. So anyhow. We all know we wear a mask when we go out, we do all this other stuff, okay. Well, as I'm taking care of myself this morning, because I am allergic to everything on the planet, and if I go outside, I suffer for it, um, the video of Hermes is playing. And as the video of Hermes is playing, there's this message on the phone. And I can't get to it because I'm in the middle of everything. I get finished, I go to answer the phone. It's the guy from FedEx. He got lost. And I'm like, oh God, really? And something told me, well, it's 2020. Go check your porch first. So I checked my porch and I got it. So I'm guessing it was the FedEx driver. But I'm like, I've gotten every other scam call this year because having Loki in your life, you do tend to, sometimes you'll notice, attract tricksy people in your life. Though we all do, no matter who your patron is. And I was like, I didn't return the call because he obviously found the house. So that happened. And then somebody had commented on a Loki video, and I was trying to talk about Loki today, about having Loki as a patron when you have a lot of gods around. Usually with me, he's pretty loose, and he doesn't really, as time goes on, he's not demanding too much time. I will tell you when it's Loki's day. Today definitely must be Loki's day because I kept trying. I'm spitting on the mic, that's beautiful. And I went to Steam because he told me stop trying. Let's go take a break. And in the demos, there were 3 different demos. One had to do with cats and rainbows. He was excited, but it's a platformer, and I'm too damn old slow to make it entertaining. One was about going to Helheim, and I'm also too old and slow to make that entertaining. And then there was a third one, where it had nothing really to do with Vikings, but it was that Viking war horn before it started. So he's like, hey. Someone had once said on this channel that's no longer with us because they're mad about certain people who came back, that Loki did 3s with him. With me, he can do 3s too. It really doesn't matter. Sometimes it's hard to tell. But 3 there. And then I go onto my email, and I got my refund from Oculus. They refunded it in 3 days. So 2 bits of Foxy Mischief, premium Foxy Mischief. And we'd gotten up this morning at like 1:30, something like that, because I'm trying to run International House of Awesome, and Loki respects that with me. He will at times pull me to just Norse gods, and that's fine. We've agreed that if he thinks it's for the best, I will do something. And we were trying to make this thing because, God, for lack of a better word, it feels like God sometimes speaks to you, though. God is omnipresent in our culture, and it can just be a thing. And got up and made this beautiful suite of rooms, finished out the halls, because now everybody from everywhere should have somewhere they feel happy. And didn't get a single response, didn't get a single thank you, didn't get a single pink of healing. Just, I can't feel that connection anymore. When I finally started answering, it's like the connection's gone. So as I was trying to do the first recording, I had this image in my head of this field of, I think, goldenrod, because he knows I'm allergic, and this giant fox running back and forth in the field and looking up towards the sky and jumping up at the sky and going snap, and jumping up at the sky and going snap. So he's like, he can stay away from you. Then he turns, he looks at me because he's Loki and goes, "Can I have that?" Because they're really pretty rooms. Because I was trying to make everybody welcome. I'm like, you know what, baby? It looks like something I would have designed for you anyhow. Go ahead. So Loki has some rooms in the Sea Gods Hall, which was for Aegir and Lady Rand, and they were trying to be extremely gracious. They took so many rooms for themselves, and then they said the Voodoo and Loa could be in there, and this was on their call. They just had wanted to be acknowledged. And so the Voodoo and Loa have 2 or 3 rooms downstairs because they don't want a whole temple of their own either. Sometimes they don't. They just want your time. They want your acknowledgement. And then the top floor, the demons got, and I'm like, well, there's no more room for God. Whoever God is, guess where God's going to have to go, and the angels going to have to go. And, we built it with the best intent. The demons are happy. The demons are running around and frisking and like, oh my God, you gave us something, even though Satan and I have an argument. Because Satan with me can sometimes be a little bit sarcastic, and it hurt my feelings. And so I tore down his build, and I went and I was doing other stuff. You're gonna get a story today. And through it all, Loki's supportive. And I did end up building it back for Satan. He apologized, and Asmodeus is there like, she's an artist, she's sensitive, you should talk to her like that. She was trying to be nice to you, and she has nothing else left, and this is all the black furniture she had, and yeah. I don't know if he should have been yelling at Satan like that, but Asmodeus is very fiery, defends his people, so he got something. Satan got something. Lucifer is something across their own. Lucifer is gracious and had lovely manners and thanked me for it. He could hate it and he'd still thank me because he has gracious manners. Um, Satan, not so much. Asmodeus is over the moon because this is the first really battle-heavy room I've ever made him. He has the New Vegas and everything else, which other god's going to. But he liked his. So now there is a break room that was intended for angels, but I guess demons are going to be used in a break room. There's a art room that was intended for, lack of a better word, God, Jesus, whomever. It seems like they've stopped calling, so it's going to go to whomever, and they'll all be in there looking, and they like it because they have their giant turtle statue. And there's going to be a room I guess Loki's taken over. It was for God. And it looks like something I would design for Loki because I kept putting stuff in it because every time I've talked to God, whomever God is, this deity feels incredibly lonely. Like all the love in the world and all the time in the world would never be enough. It's not a feeling of a God that just gives out love. It's a feeling a lot of times of the sad, lonely deity that no matter how much love they could get, they could never get enough. I'm like, I don't know who you are, man, but I'm starting to feel bad for you. So, that was what today was like, and Loki's really excited because Aegir won't mind if Loki goes in there and, falls around, takes it over, and they all, like, somebody runs in, takes something for 5 minutes, gets bored, drops in, somebody else runs in. But, when you have a lot of gods, Loki is a good patron because, with me at least, he's usually pretty good about work with everybody you want. Just remember who your patron is. You know, come home at night and, go wherever you want, talk to whoever you want, have all the fun you want, but remember who your patron is. So don't just, he keeps advising me like he's talking to a little kid. He said, don't just go around making deals and agreeing to things. If something sounds weird, come talk to me. He said, don't let someone encourage you away from me. And he has one rule only with me, that if some deity would start trying to get me out into the open alone, he said, that's an Odin tactic. That's a tactic I would use. He said, usually gods are kind and friendly. He said, if they're trying to get you alone, I don't want that. Because that's usually when they want to try to grab you for themselves. And he said, no, that's his only rule. I can go wherever I want, talk to any god I want, but if they want to take me off somewhere and be with them exclusively, it's not like you can't talk to gods in private or on one-on-one, but you know what I mean. He's like, no, nobody gets to steal you away from me. So that's his one rule. So we got a refund. So I promised him, I gave him a promise. I said, if we get a refund, I will take you to look at horsey games because he likes the horsies. And the one horse game that we had been looking at and giggling at because it looks so bad, It went on sale, so I said, you know what? If you want that horsey game, I'll go get you a horsey game. So we might be getting a horsey game today, hopefully one that runs. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.